finished dinner and were doing chores when her husband Brian warned her the storm was about to hit.
And came into the house. That's when the windows started to go out. And he was the one that sold me, hit the floor, because I didn't realize. I was just changing a load of laundry. So I didn't realize it was that bad outside. So luckily, just as the window was breaking, we were on the floor.
The tornado was a wrecking ball, tearing apart the house, a heritage barn, and their shelter belt. Their belongings thrown around for miles. Brian grew up in the area and says he's never seen anything like it. The idea of recovery feels overwhelming after what they survived.
Oh, it was scary. Like, I've never seen wind like that. It blew the two big windows in the front and the door all simultaneously, just blew them right in.
Environment Canada confirms the tornado touched down during the stormy night with wind gusts up to 100 kilometers per hour. Rossburn's mayor says the community will rally to do what it can to help.
To me, it's a war zone. I've never seen anything like that before because I've never experienced it. I've been over 40 years here in Rossburn, and never have we seen such devastation.
For now, Bernadine says they're happy they were able to find their cats and a place for their 3 horses to live.
When it did come, it came so fast that we really didn't realize what was going on. Yeah, it didn't take very long at all, and that was the scary part because you don't know how much damage can be done in such a short period of time.
The Browns' home was their retirement dream, and they spent 20 years restoring it. Now they're picking up the pieces and not sure what comes next. Chelsea Kemp, CBC News, Rossburn.
So clearly a destructive night across parts of southern Manitoba last night. Let's get right to CBC meteorologist Colette Kennedy. And Colette, we are not done with this destructive weather yet either.
Thanks, Riley. I know it probably seems like just this relentless active weather pattern, and it carries on, of course, today, tonight. Orange level, severe thunderstorm watch through a wide area, but Brandon, Winnipeg, yes, clearly included in this. A yellow level tornado watch. There's a bit more support from about Winkler across to Kenora with that risk of tornadic activity. In fact, it's heightened to an orange level tornado watch just across the border into Ontario. So it'd be a really good idea to have 2 different ways to be getting any of your alerts or changes here in case your phone dies. You want to know what's happening. There's also a rainfall warning. You may have just caught that on the screen. I'm definitely going to go into more detail on that coming up because that's really important as well. All associated with this area of low pressure as it's moving northward from the Dakotas, pulling all these storms across the border tonight. So lots of lightning strikes, certainly, but some torrential downpours in here as well. And again, that risk of some of these storms getting to severe levels, so with damaging winds and the risk of hail in there too. 19 degrees with the storms for Winnipeg and then becoming a little quieter. Partly cloudy through the overnight. That temperature dipping down to 16. A sun and cloud mix to start things off, but those winds really ramping up, and we will have breezy conditions through the day on Tuesday, up to 24 degrees, but feeling like we're at 29. We will take a look after Tuesday to the Canada Day forecast, but also I want to give you more detail on that rainfall warning that's coming up.
All right, thank you so much, Colette. Well, let's take you to northern Manitoba now, where hundreds of people have been forced from their homes because of wildfires fueled by hot, dry conditions. Lynn Lake is under a mandatory evacuation order. Some people in nearby communities are also getting out. The CBC's Eric Westaver now on what has become the second straight summer some have had to flee.
The battle continues near Lynn Lake. It's one of several northwest Manitoba communities dealing with encroaching forest fires. A mandatory evacuation here started late last week. A second blaze has shut down the one road into and out of Opipinapiwin Cree Nation. And in Leaf Rapids, yet another fire is too close for comfort, about 12 kilometers away. There are over 100 fires burning in northern Manitoba as of Monday. The one near Lynn Lake has grown to around 7,000 hectares. Other fires in the area have forced partial evacuations. This feels all too familiar for Lynn Lakers, who had to evacuate their town last summer as well.
You could see the emotions, the frustrations on the people's faces. Nobody wants to leave their home with so many unknown variables of will there be one to come back to.
Hundreds of people are now staying at hotels in Brandon, where an evacuation hub has been set up. Mayor Jeff Fawcett says the community is happy to help.
I think everybody understands, like, nobody's coming here on a holiday. This isn't a choice. These are people, being displaced. They would rather be in their homes. So there is sort of a grace that everybody shows.
The Manitoba Red Cross is in charge of aid response. Community leaders will work with them to get people anything they need.
We just work with the communities to make sure we have what they need at that time. We don't know what this year is going to be like compared to last year. We're just prepared to provide the support that the communities request at the time it's needed.
No one knows yet when they'll be able to return home. In the meantime, all most people can do is hope and wait. Eric Westaver, CBC News, Flin Flon.
2 teenagers have been charged with second-degree murder in the death of a 16-year-old boy. Winnipeg police found the boy dead in a parking lot near Wellington and Century last Thursday morning. Investigators later arrested the 2 teens, a 17-year-old boy and a 17-year-old girl, at a business in the 600 block of King Edward Street. Police say the victim was a member of the Bloodvein River First Nation who had been living in Winnipeg. A confidential warning tonight from some of Winnipeg's most senior doctors. In March, they told healthcare leaders in a letter that physician shortages had pushed emergency departments and urgent care centers to a breaking point. They warned another patient death was a matter of when, not if. The CBC's Ian Fraze now on what the letter says and the fallout.
This is the letter healthcare leaders received in March. Written by medical directors, it paints a dire picture. Urgent care centers in Winnipeg potentially closing because there's no doctor to work there. And they write, another patient death is inevitable unless immediate action is taken.
In a letter obtained by CBC News, they say, "We do not want to stand at the bedside of another person who deteriorated due to preventable delays and gaps in care, knowing their outcome would have been different. We are asking for urgent action now to prevent a preventable death." The signatories work at Winnipeg's community hospitals, the Grace, Victoria, Seven Oaks, and Concordia. They warn of a health system nearing impending disintegration.
It's not speculation. It's from people who know what they're talking about, and it should be raising significant alarm bells within the provincial government.
The medical directors say one doctor running an entire ER has become normal. Recently at the Grace, there was one doctor for 90 patients. The letter says we are repeatedly forced to choose who appears sickest, accepting that others may deteriorate while waiting, may leave without care, or may return in extremis. This generates profound moral distress on all staff. Since the letter, the province says dozens of family doctors have signed up for ER and urgent care training, and the government has rolled out a new bonus for shifts at community hospitals.
This is a way for physicians to be retained. It's also a way for them to be encouraged to increase their FTEs, their hours of practice in our urgent cares and emergency departments, so that we've got more consistent staffing.
Doctors Manitoba is optimistic the new measures will work.
What I hope it shows is that that system leaders are listening. Hopefully that can develop into other improvements in the system, some of which may be financial resources.
When asked if urgent cares will have to temporarily close because there's not enough doctors, the health minister wouldn't answer the question. But as Omar Seguera said, keeping them open is a priority. Ian Fraze, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Still ahead for us tonight, another longtime Winnipeg City Councillor decides to walk away from City Hall. More on why Brian Mays says he has decided not to seek re-election this fall when we come back. Stay with us. We're back after this. Welcome back. Another Winnipeg City Councillor has decided they will not run for re-election this October. St. Vital Councillor Brian Mays told reporters this morning that he plans to leave City Hall after 15 years. The CBC's Cameron McLean reports.
Brian Mays is ending his 15-year career at Winnipeg City Hall.
It's a moving day for me, very emotional. I won't be running for re-election.
The St. Vital councillor announced on Monday he won't seek a fifth term this fall. He says he had planned to run one more time, but he says the last 4 years have been difficult amid a breakdown in his relationship with Mayor Scott Gillingham and growing frustration at City Hall.
I can't quite make sense of it. It's like a glass that just dropped and shattered.
Mays was first elected in 2011 and served 8 years as chair of the Water and Waste Committee until Gillingham removed him from Executive Policy Committee in 2024.
It just didn't work out with the mayor. I will always wonder why. It would probably be the great regret of my career that it didn't work out.
Among his achievements, Mays says he was proud of helping save the St. Vital Library, improving St. Vital Park, and pushing to speed up Winnipeg's combined sewer program. Gillingham acknowledged he and Mays didn't always agree, but he says Mays made lasting contributions to the city, particularly helping to reduce sewage overflows into Winnipeg's rivers.
You see our votes on council, most of the time we're voting alike, most of the time we land on the same decision on issues, but then sometimes we don't. And that, again, that's democracy.
It's been a good run.
Mays marks the third incumbent councillor not to seek re-election. Waverley West councillor Janice Lukes and River Heights Fort Garry councillor John Orlico have also said they're not running. Reacting to Mays leaving, Lukes said in a statement, "Everyone has their own way of doing politics, and ours was often quite different, but no one could question his commitment to his ward. After so many years at City Hall, the job can wear on anyone, and I think he's reached a point where a change of pace makes sense." With Mays out of the running, at least 1/5 of the city's wards will have new councillors next term. Registration for council candidates opens on Tuesday. Cameron McLean, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Former Progressive Conservative leadership candidate Wally Dowdrich says the party left him, not the other way around. He wrote to the organization on the weekend saying he quits. He says the Tories no longer represent, quote, traditional conservatives like him.
I feel like I'm the homeless political guy with my political cardboard box and my political grocery cart, trying to look for a political home again because obviously the PC party has become the de facto Liberal party for Manitoba.
Last year, he narrowly lost the PC leadership to Abi Khan, and this year he ran for the party's Turtle Mountain nomination, but was disqualified a week before members were scheduled to vote. Dowdrich is promising more information on his political future on Tuesday. Passengers on a Via Rail train going from Toronto to Vancouver had their travel plans disrupted this weekend. The rail line cancelled their journey halfway, landing them in Winnipeg. And as the CBC's Gavin Axelrod reports, some passengers say communication with them could have been better.
Joyce Rakowski expected to be in Chilliwack, BC. Instead, she spent her Saturday at a Winnipeg hotel. Her train shuttered to a halt. Via Rail says mechanical issues are to blame for the canceled trip.
Oh, some people are really angry, like very, very upset. The one guy said he will never touch Via Rail again. More than one person has said that. And it was sad because there was people there, like I said, from England, from France. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good for Canada to have service like this.
The train going from Toronto to Vancouver left Winnipeg Friday night. Rakowski says it stopped near Portage La Prairie and they slept in the cars. In the morning, she got an email from Via Rail saying that the train was going back to Winnipeg.
Saying that the train will be going back to the station, and by 1600 hours, you're off the train and basically you're on your own.
Rakowski and her grandkids will now take a bus to Chilliwack, costing over $1,600. An added expense on top of one day at the hotel. Via is giving passengers a travel credit equal to the value of their trip. Rakowski will use it to get back home to Ontario.
Well, they're upset. They're you know, we don't want to go home. This is our holiday. You know, we left school a week early to be able to do this trip.
People from all over the world were on the train. This traveler from the Netherlands taking things in stride. He and his family are in Canada on a months-long trip.
So the saying I'm using a lot, it's not a destination, it's a journey.
This couple from Denver didn't expect this on their 40th anniversary trip. They ended up just flying to Vancouver.
We're together. We're healthy.
We're grateful people. We're probably relatively mellow, so.
We see a cup half full.
Via has apologized for the disruption and is also refunding passengers for the untraveled portion of their trip. Gavin Axelrod, CBC News, Winnipeg.
All right, time for a full check on our Manitoba weather forecast now. Let's bring back meteorologist Colette Kennedy. And Colette, we have seen some of those severe thunderstorms bubbling up already with some flooding reported in parts of Brandon. And we are looking at another one of these nights to really keep an eye on the weather.
Thanks, Riley. Yeah, with this situation that we have, so many different things working to support the severe weather, and one of those being the jet stream. So we have a deep trough here towards the west, and then this ridge over towards the east. So this is our storm track. It's also pulling that moisture in, but it can provide some spin into the atmosphere as well. So many things to look at. And then when you're talking about an area of low pressure that kind of gets stuck here and continues to spin, it means certain areas are going to be picking up rain, and at times really heavy or continuous. So we get into this orange level rainfall warning, 35, 40 to up to 80 or 90 millimeters. But I have to tell you, some of the models, including the Canadian model, is really wanting to push that and giving certain areas some localized amounts up closer to 140 or even 150 millimeters of rain. So this is between what falls tonight and then through tomorrow, and then even a little bit beyond that, yes, as we move towards Canada Day, because it's going to be such a slow-moving system, but also it does almost a retrograde here and pushing back towards the west. So you can see those areas around Swan River, Flin Flon to Dauphin, in between, getting the rain, but then having more rounds that will be coming through. This is taking you into Tuesday and now into Wednesday morning, and still areas with some active weather and some of those downpours before this thing finally weakens and then begins to pull away. So this particular model, you can see, wants to give some of those heavier amounts to Grand Rapids or in that region. Yes, incredible amounts here, but like I said, some of the other models, not total agreement, and sometimes it's hard to pinpoint with a situation like this, but giving heavier amounts a little bit further to the southwest, in fact, from there. So all these areas, I want you to be on alert. Winds as well, really picking up overnight tonight and through the day tomorrow. Southwesterly winds even through Winnipeg. Those gusts will be 60, 70 kilometers per hour. So a very breezy day on tap. And until that area of low pressure really weakens, that's what we'll be dealing with. So your forecast for Tuesday, some of those areas where we'll have the Paw, Swan River, some of the heavier rain, Dauphin carrying on through that region. And then we will get into some drier conditions back towards the Red River Valley. So 24 degrees tomorrow, feeling like 29, but check out the humidex values over the next few days here. Let's expand this for you. Essentially, humidex values of 29 to 33. So tomorrow it's 29, but Wednesday, Canada Day, Thursday, maybe feeling closer to being in the low 30s. At least we get a bit of a break from some of that active weather after what's happening with this low moving through tonight until about the beginning of the weekend.
All right, thank you, Colette. After the break, a history-making milestone for Canada's men's soccer team at the World Cup. Coming up, reaction, relief, and jubilation from local soccer fans, with Canada now off to its first ever round of 16 playoff games. Stay with us. Winnipeg firefighters will have 3 new trucks ready for duty later this summer. The engines are made by Fort Garry Fire Trucks in Winnipeg. They are the first of 12 the fire paramedic service will get over the next 2 years at a cost of $1.3 million each. Canadian soccer fans are daring to dream. That electrifying win Sunday over South Africa launched the men into the World Cup's round of 16 for the first time ever, giving Canada a chance to reach the quarterfinals. The CBC's Gavin Axelrod on the relief and jubilation from local soccer fans.
A goal worth waiting more than an hour and a half for, and a moment decades in the making. Soccer fans in Winnipeg exploded with energy as Canada scored the winning goal against South Africa, punching their ticket to the round of 16 for the first time ever.
I was shocked. I was amazed. I'm still in shock. I can't get over it.
I can't even explain it, bro. I'm like, this is your once in a lifetime opportunity. Me and the boy just went to Vancouver versus Qatar. The fact that they just won this, insane, bro, insane.
Canada took on South Africa in Los Angeles. It was Canada's first time playing a knockout stage game at the Men's World Cup, and an agonizing afternoon for fans.
The relief in my stomach when we finally won. My stomach was in a knot.
Tell me about how stressful it was for you waiting. That was a long wait for that.
It was. There was a lot of stress eating going on.
As the clock inched towards 90 minutes, the tension grew. Every missed chance became more stressful. Disagreements with the referee also brought frustration. Then, the relief of victory.
Absolutely. It was amazing. I'm on top of the moon right now.
We are going forward, and that's all that matters. And it'll inspire a lot of people. It'll inspire. I see lots of people playing at the Assiniboine Park and everywhere. And I think this is the future.
Up next for Canada is either the Netherlands or Morocco. Both are top 10 FIFA nations. Fans here daring to believe Canada can pull off the upset. Gavin Axelrod, CBC News, Winnipeg.
So all eyes look to Saturday. Thank you for being with us tonight. Just like last summer, we are bringing you 30-minute shows at 6 for the summer months, so I hope you can join me again here tomorrow. Have a great night.